Today on Combustion Chamber, we have one of the best purpose-built cars ever, the Porsche 991 GT3 RS. Let's get after it. Welcome back to Combustion Chamber. On today's episode, we've got this awesome GT3 RS. But before we get to the car, I want to get to our featured fan for this episode, and that is you, Chris McChesney. He is a Porsche owner. He is a longtime and very loyal friend. And when we were going to have this car on the show, I knew I had to dedicate this to you, man. So this episode's for you. Now let's go check out this badass Porsche. Mike, thank you very much for being on the show today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for everything you do for the car community around here.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. I want to know how you came to getting this Porsche.
Great story. So, you know, I've been tracking since I was a kid, right? 15 years of age, started tracking in karts and took some time off and then got the bug again when I worked for NASCAR a few years ago. So I had a GTR R35, which I started to track. Great car in a straight line, a little heavy to go around corners. And every day, every week, you know, a friend of ours, a mutual friend, Catesby Jones, a pro driver, would phone me and say, hey, Mike, Porsche, right? So, and it's like, okay, I succumbed. And the GT3 RS was the natural progression. So this one came along and I did some research and found this one, and I've had it now for 8-9 months.
The GT3 RS is a fantastic car as it is, but you've really taken it to the next level. What have you done to this car?
When does a British person ever listen to the Germans? So we put a Dundon full race exhaust on this with the headers and the rear system called a Black Series system. Sounds fantastic. After that, it was the suspension. On a track, you want to run slicks. And unfortunately, the sizes available right now are smaller on a 19-inch wheel. These are 21s. So in order to do that, you still need to mess with the geometry, right? So lower control arms is different. It creates a caster, and in order to afford that, you need to caster pucks on there. And then you need end links because you're going to put more camber. So it was really just driven by wanting to have slicks on here and knowing that I'm going to need a smaller wheel surface, in essence, from a 21 to a 19. Then after that, of course, it's the aero. You've got a Vorsteiner aero package on here. The faster you go, the more it sucks down to the ground. It's tremendous.
This car is absolutely outstanding. Why don't you say we get this on the road?
Let's do it.
What kind of reactions do you get when you take this out to a car show?
You know, it's pretty staggering, and it just shows how iconic the look is of the old 911 and you know, the symbolic Porsche, right? You get everything from the older folks who tend to have the Porsches and know the Porsches to the young kids. That's the pure joy when you have the young kids who recognize it as such an iconic looking car, because they know it was designed for one thing, right? So it's designed for a track, so they want to come and see it. You know, most of these other exotics, no offense to them, they're exotics, right? A price is paid and you get to enjoy the car and they look spectacular. But when someone sees this car, they want to come and see it because they know this car was meant to race. You have the sport mode, which we have it in right now, PDK sport mode, although we're actually driving in a more automatic system. The PDK will allow you to use the paddles. It's a 7-speed paddle shift on the steering wheel. There's not a lot of buttons to really press and play around with. I mean, this car is so set up that, you know, you don't really have to get, you know, leverage the technology. I think you're the first person, nothing against you, Casey, you're the first person in history that's driven this car in drive mode. So we've got to get you in race mode soon, my friend.
Well, why don't we take it out of that drive mode then?
There you go.
All right. Woo!
Big difference.
Absolutely it is.
Now you start to feel the real,
absolutely,
you know, how she connects with the ground.
This feels fantastic.
And she loves it. And the good thing with this car is she sounds like she loves it.
Yeah. I'm going into turns here I wouldn't even think about going in at this rate of speed in another car.
I mean, I'm not encouraging us on the back roads of Orlando to go any wilder, but you know, you could do double this and she'll still stay planted for you.
We're not in Orlando, we're in Mexico.
Oh, that's right. Si, senor.
Yes.
A car like this is designed to be on a track, and both you want to test the car's ability, but ultimately you want to test your own ability. You want to see what you can really do behind the wheel. Even on the track, Casey, I don't use any of the electronics. She'll be in a sport mode, but I take the traction control off. I always feel you need to be in control of the car, right? You need to be the one deciding what that slip angle really needs to be. First thing I press is when I get in the cars is I start turning the buttons off rather than turning them on.
I grew up on old American muscle, and they don't handle very well. A lot of them are straight line cars, and when you start going fast, you start getting a little scared. Old hot rods are fun, but they don't inspire driver confidence.
Yeah, widowmakers.
Yeah, but this one, when I'm going into a turn and I'm not pushing the car nearly as hard as it would be on a track, or probably as hard as you push it, but I'll be damned if I felt perfectly at home. Want to know how this Porsche received its awesome sound and increased performance? Look no further than Dundon Motorsports. Dundon Motorsports offers the industry's best components and materials for your race, track, or street car. They also utilize proprietary Dundon engineered parts, along with hand-selected parts from a small list of other top-end manufacturers. Dundon Motorsports combines these best-in-class products with their proprietary tunes, engine builds, and service, making Dundon Motorsports one of the most holistic Porsche performance shops in the world. For the best aftermarket parts and performance for your Porsche, visit DundonMotorsports.com. Driving this Porsche today was beyond outstanding. This is a car that inspires driver confidence. I went into corners faster than I have in any other car and felt completely secure in doing it. I want to thank the owner, Mike Collins, for bringing this Porsche out here today, letting me drive it, and man, I cannot thank you enough for the privilege. What did you think about this Porsche? Are you an owner or do you aim to get one? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and for more Combustion Chamber, hit that subscribe button. We always say hit that subscribe button, but hit that bell icon on YouTube for instant notifications when we go live with new episodes. And if you want to help support the show, check us out on Patreon. And for more exclusive news and content, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The links for all of that are right below.